Hey everyone, welcome back to Wixfix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Ryan, and today I'm going to be showing you around the new Studio Blocks passion project of mine. If you missed the announcement on Friday, just to kind of give you an idea, Studio Blocks is a library of fully responsive Wix Studio sections, allowing you to build full websites in just minutes. So designers, if you are trying to speed up your workflow without sacrificing quality, this is going to be a great tool for you. Or maybe you're a new small business that wants a quality website up fast without breaking the bank, then again, this is going to be a great tool for you as well. And just so you know, if you are interested in this, it is currently available for pre-sale, and anyone that does decide to join the pre-sale gets a little bit of a discount, and you also get to download everything that's currently available today. Plus, at launch, you get 20 extra sections exclusive to those who actually pre-purchase. But I want to show you around what is currently available so far, just to kind of give you a rundown on how it works. So in the top left, you can choose a page, and each page relates to the type of sections that you have. So you have heroes, you have headers, footers, you have repeaters, you have content sections, scrolling sections with like sections or just sections with scroll effects will be here, call to actions, FAQs, testimonials, forms, etc. Right? So every page will have a type of section that will help you find it a little bit easier. So if I were just to switch to the heroes page and scroll down, you can see like all of the different type of hero sections that are currently available, and they look pretty cool. And they're all responsive already. So literally you just have to copy and paste from this to your new website and do that for all sections from the header down to the footer, and do that for all your pages. Change the fonts and colors, change the content, and just like that, you're done. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing you here today. So let's go ahead and get started. Now for today's demo, we are going to be creating a home page for an interior design company. And this is not like a real client or anything like that. So I'm just using ChatGPT to kind of help plan the sitemap and content. But here we have a company name called Oak and Ember Interiors. Here are the pages that they're going to have, and it kind of outlined the homepage sitemap for us. It's trying to help us plan content currently as well, but what we're going to do is just use the main section ideas, choose the sections we want, and then we'll have ChatGPT kind of write out the content for us. The first thing I want to do is just come over here to our website, and I just want to add our pages really quickly. So we're going to have about us, services, blog, and we'll have a contact page. Now, obviously for a blog, you'd want to use the app. I'm not using the app just for the demo because we're only really going to be working on the home page. And I just want to add these other pages here for the menu. So let's just go ahead and quickly add the menu elements here as well. And we'll remove the home from the menu as well. Cool. Okay, so now we have the menu done. Since ChatGPT has given us every single sitemap section that we want to do, like a header, a hero section, kind of like a about us section, featured services, our process or how it works, a portfolio preview, why choose us, testimonials, blog, call to action, and then finally the footer at the bottom. So we kind of have a general layout for the homepage. So the first section we want to look for is a nice header. So what I'm going to do is come on over here to our Studio Blocks template. We're going to go over to the headers page, and we're going to find the one that we want to use. Typically something like this, I think for most websites is going to look the best. So I'm going to grab header number 1, and I'm just simply going to use the breadcrumbs to select it here, or we can even come over here to our layer panel and grab it here, and we're just going to copy it. Okay. Now that it's copied, we can come over to our new website, and I'm just going to simply paste in this section. Now, obviously we want to make sure that this is at the top. And with the current header, we want to go ahead and hide this, okay? Or we can just say remove from page, okay? Now what I want to do is grab this header, and obviously since this is a header, we want to make this a global section. So we're gonna we're gonna right click or press the 3 dots, go to set as global header, okay? And for now, we can just go ahead and press okay. We're gonna right click on this and say set as default. Then we can go ahead and delete the old header. Then if we press the 3 dots again, we can say add to more pages, just select all pages and press apply. And then if you want to, we can rename this from header 1 just to header. And now every single page that we go to here on our new website is going to have our same header. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and just do that for the footer as well. So again, we're going to come over to our template, go down to the page called footers, And let's find one that would work for us here. Since this is like a service-based business, it might be good to have contact information at the ready. So we're going to grab footer number 1, copy it, head on over to our new website, and we're just going to paste it in. Again, for the old footer down here, let's right click and say remove from page. Then we can grab this section, our new footer, right click, say set as global footer. Again, we can keep the name as is for now, press the 3 dots, say set as default. We can delete the old one. Then we're going to add to more pages, all pages, apply. And if you want to, we can rename it. So just like that, in just a couple minutes, we have already applied a new header and footer to our website. Very easy. But if we go back over to ChatGPT, now we can actually start working on the page content. So the first section we have on the page for the homepage is a hero section. So we're going to come back over to our Studio Blocks template, head on over to the heroes page, and we're going to find a hero section that we want to use. Now, for something like an interior design website, something like this might look pretty good. Something like this could look pretty good too, because it's scrolling past maybe several examples. Maybe even something like this would look really cool. So maybe we'll choose something like this. Let's choose hero number 8. We're going to copy it, head on over to our website, and we're just going to paste it in. Now we can just go ahead and delete this empty section here because we don't need it, but that is going to be our hero section, and that looks pretty cool. Now let's check ChatGPT. The next one is kind of like a little brief introduction to the company. So we're going to go over to our template, and for this one, we want to grab a content section. So we'll go down to content, and let's find a section that would complement the hero section very well. Maybe something like this one right here would look really good. So I'm going to grab this content number 7, or you can grab it over here in the layer panel. We're going to copy it, move on over to our new website, and we're just going to paste it underneath the hero section, just like that. Underneath that, we have featured services. So once again, we're going to come over to our template, and for this one, it's going to be a list of services. So we want something that's going to be like a list. So we're going to switch from content to repeater list sections, and let's find a repeater grid layout. That'd be kind of like a cool way to display our different services. For now, I think this blog section will look really good. I also think it'll look good for our blog section later on the page. But for now, we'll go ahead and just paste this one here. And for this one, we might want to make some adjustments. Like maybe here, we don't necessarily need the subheading. So I'm going to raise up this button temporarily, grab this subheading container, and we can just delete it here because we don't need it. Now let's grab this button, set the width to, or set the height back to 100%, and make sure it's completely centered. So now we just kind of edited the services section. And if we want to get rid of the subheading here, we can grab this container here as well. That way, this can just be changed to something about services. Now we might want something to talk about how it works, or our process. So again, we're going to come back over to our template. Let's go down to the content options here. And I think I want to choose something like this one right here, content number 11. Again, we're going to copy it, come on over here to our page, and just paste it in. Next is a portfolio. Now for the portfolio piece, I might actually want to grab this hero section here. We're going to copy it and we'll paste this in. And then for this one, we're just simply going to want to add our gallery back in. Now, because it is a gallery, these are not copyable from site to site, so we need to kind of manually add it ourselves. But for this, I also want to make sure for the styling here, we switch this to a heading 2 for the HTML tag. And for now, I just want to get rid of these buttons here. But for this Pro Gallery settings, we're going to go into settings really quickly and just set it up very quickly. So we're going to go layout, go to slider, customize. Let's choose the 3x4 option here. We're going to loop images, slide automatically, continuous. I like to set this as 30. Spacing, I always do 24. I turn off pause on hover, but you can leave it on if you would like. For settings, if you want it to expand or open a link, whatever, but I typically do nothing. Design for overlay, let's go ahead and turn this off. We're also going to say none. For the text, we want to make sure that text is off. Buttons, no buttons. Navigation, turn those off. Item style, corner radius. If we want to match the rest of the site, we want to do 24 here. Hover effect, we'll set to none. And For mobile, it always switches. So for mobile, we just want to come over here to settings and select slider here, and all of the other settings should pull from the desktop and tablet version, so you should be fine. And now we're good to go back. So this is going to make a really cool portfolio section here. Next, we want to say why choose us, basically. So what we're going to do, of course, is go back to our template, choose the content page, and maybe we just want to have like a simple section here. So we're just going to grab content 1, go back over to our page, and we'll paste it in here. Okay. And maybe for this example, we want the text to be on the left and the image to be on the right. Okay, so for this, what we're going to do is, just so you know, all images are in a container. So we want to grab the image container, and then we want to move the image container over here to the right. Then for this text right here, we want to move it over here to the left. So that's how we can easily switch things around using the CSS grid method. Next, we have some testimonials. So we're going to go over to our template, go down to testimonials and reviews. Maybe we just want to have something really nice and simple. So we're going to grab this one here, and we're just going to paste it in. Next, we're going to have a blog preview. So kind of like what I said earlier, we found one that we liked that would work here, and that's the blog section here on the repeater list page. So we're just going to grab this. One reason I think that it's kind of nice that we're using this kind of the same layout for this, especially when you're building websites, you want to keep things consistent. So this will feel familiar probably to the users on the site. Just the content will be different, and we'll have like a subheading here, whereas the services up here will not. So it can kind of work out. We could also make it feel a little bit different by having our photos up here. So let's grab this. And again, remember, our images are in containers. And let's actually grab the container above that. And maybe we want this one to be like, maybe like 420. So it's like a little bit taller. That might look pretty cool. And again, we're going to set the height to 100% and center it, the button, just like that. So that way it's making it look a little bit different to the blog section down here. And I think that will work really well. Then we have the call to action, and we already have the footer. So the last thing we need to get is a call to action. So we're going to come on over to here to our template. We have a page for our call to actions. And for this, I typically just like to keep things simple. So I'm just going to choose this one right here, copy it, and we want to paste it in. And in just a couple minutes, we have already built an entire page here in the Wix Studio. And the best part is that it is already responsive. So if I go down to tablet, this is what it's going to look like here. And this one has like a sideways scroll on it and hover effects. And if we go down to mobile, you can see how it looks here as well. Everything is looking really, really good. Okay, but now that we're done with the build of the page, it is now time to apply fonts and colors. Let's start with fonts. One font I want to try is this Multner Display. And we'll go ahead and press OK. And now all of the headings on the page should change to it. And that actually looks pretty cool. I actually like that a lot. I think that kind of works. Of course, you might need to adjust sizing and things for that. And in some cases, like these titles down here, you might not want to use it here because it's a little bit too small. Same with down here. But we'll adjust those in just a minute. For the paragraph text, I want to try a font called New Black and press update. And just like that, our website is looking really, really cool. Awesome. Okay. One thing to note though is for menus and buttons, you might need to change the text manually here because menus, for some reason, they just don't. So maybe we need to change this to New Black. Okay, perfect. For buttons, if we need to change it here, we can change it there very easily. And I'm not going to change the rest of the buttons just quite yet because I'll show you a quick way to do buttons in just a minute once we change the color. But speaking of color, let's go ahead and work on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to site styles. Let's mainly just change our accent color. And for our accent color, we're going to use this one right here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then for our white color, we're going to choose something like this. And for the black color, let's choose this one right here. So as you can see, just by doing that, we have really already kind of shifted the design to have a really cool aesthetic. But now all we need to do is maybe go through and maybe tweak the design and add content. Like for this text, if we want it to go a little bit bigger, we could do that. But again, I don't know what text is going to go here. It might be something longer, so it might be okay to leave it at a smaller font size. There's a couple of design things that I just want to change really quickly. Like let's say we go to this text right here. It doesn't look the best using this font, right? But what if we use new black, but we use semi-bold, right? That looks pretty good. So now with this button, like we've been doing, we'll set it to 100%, center it just like that. Same with this text. I feel like it's too small for it to be that kind of font. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change it there. And let's find anywhere else that maybe it's a little bit too small. Like here, it might be too small still. So we're just switching all of the kind of more artsy fonts when they're too small to our new black but a semi-bold version of it. And for the buttons, as I showed you, the font didn't update for some reason. Typically it actually does, but in this case it didn't. Once we change the fonts and once we change the colors, then what you can do is just right click, copy element from all breakpoints, and then you can just paint it on there and it changes the font for us. Now we do have a secondary button here, so we don't want to do that there. So I'm just going to go ahead and type it in there. But just like that, we have now changed the button styling. So I'm going to grab this button, copy from all breakpoints. Again, we're just going to move down the page and we're going to apply this button styling to all buttons that don't have our font. And this is a fairly quick process. Like this is maybe adding 30 seconds, my overall time for this. But before I go ahead and edit the font sizing and everything for all of the text elements here, I do want to go and add the content in, including images and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna force you guys to watch that. I'm gonna just kind of like speed it up and you guys can watch how I do it. So I'll be right back. So after just a few minutes, if I just go ahead and preview the website here, everything is looking good. I actually switched this out for a video that I thought maybe it looks kind of cool. And as you scroll down, this is kind of what you see. You see like the services, you see the process, you see the portfolio, the why us, some testimonials, the blog, the call to action, and the footer. Obviously, the part that was adding the content actually took the longest. Usually it's the other way around when you're building everything from scratch inside of Wix Studio. So it's really cool to be able to build something very quickly and then get to the fun part where you're actually tweaking the design, adding the fonts and colors, and changing out the content. And this page took a fraction of the time that it would have took if I had to build every single section from scratch. So again, if you want to check out Studio Blocks for yourself, the pre-sale link is in the description below. If you do join the pre-sale, it's a discounted price. You get to download the current template that I showed you in this video, and anyone who pre-purchases will get 20 exclusive sections. But that's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you all did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more Wix and Wix Studio content coming out really soon. Thank you all again, and I will see you on the next one.